Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. Thank you for joining me on Scrapbook.com's YouTube channel. Today I'll be using their Market Bags die set. This is a really cute set. It includes two different styles of bags, and you can fit a gift card inside each of the bags. There are also watermelons, lemons, limes, oranges, and a few leaves and foliage pieces. For a sentiment, I'll be adding the word hello, and this is from Scrapbook.com's Flower Cart die set. This set includes the word and also the outline. I will be using some pattern paper. This is Scrapbook.com's Magical Collection. I'll be using the black and white polka dot paper, and on a separate card, I'll be using the opposite side with the black and white stripes. For colored cardstock, I'll be using Scrapbook.com's Sherbet Smooth Cardstock Paper Pad. I think the colors in this collection look so pretty with black and white. For the background of my card, I selected the light teal color from the Sherbet Smooth Cardstock Paper Pad, and I cut down this paper to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'll be using the new white luster brush marker and adding a lovely white splatter all over the background. I'll squeeze out a little extra ink on an acrylic block, pick up that ink with the brush tip, then I'll gently tap the marker over the background. One thing that's really fun about the marker, some of that ink doesn't show up right away, but as it dries, the white ink will really show. And once the ink is dry, it has this lovely enamel, sort of satiny looking finish to it. It also adds just that little bit of texture. I'll set aside the background piece to completely dry. I've already gone ahead and die cut out all of the pieces for my card, and I have them organized in Scrapbook.com stack and sort trays. This is the smaller size. I'll be filling my market bag with pink watermelons, yellow lemons, and green foliage pieces. I'll be adding a little extra ink color on the watermelon and also the lemons. For the watermelon, I'm using Catherine Pooler's Sparkling Berry ink color, putting that little extra ink along the bottom edge of the watermelon near the rind. Now I'll add a little bit of ink on the lemons. I'm using Catherine Pooler's Catching Rays ink color. I'll first clean off part of my mat. Don't want to get any of the pink on my lemons. I'm using one of Scrapbook.com's double-sided silicone mats. This is the white 12 by 12 mat. I know it doesn't look like 12 inches, but that's because I cut it down. I like having just that small piece when I'm gluing things or adding just a little bit of ink to my projects. I have just a couple more lemons. I'm adding the ink on the top right side of each of the lemons. And I cut out the larger lemons and also the smaller lemons. For the rind of the watermelon, I'm adding just that tiny bit of ink along the edge. And that's the only portion that you'll actually see once you assemble the watermelon. The ink color is Catherine Pooler's Deck the Halls. It's fun that the die set includes the half watermelon and also a slice of watermelon. And the watermelon seeds are teeny tiny little hearts. Super cute. So once I have all of those pieces inked, it's time to assemble. And I'll start with the watermelon. I'm using the same mat, I just quickly wiped it down. There are 3 pieces for each of the watermelon. There's the green piece, which is the rind at the very outside, the white is the center, and then the pink is the inside that has all those tiny little hearts. You could simply glue those 3 pieces together, but then the seeds would be white. If you want, you could cut out another piece from black cardstock and inlay all those teeny tiny hearts. I decided I would use Scrapbook.com's Black Luster brush marker and simply fill in the center area on the white piece. I'm making sure to leave the outside edge white. And to figure out where that white should be, I simply place the pink piece on top. And I'm doing the coloring on a scrap piece of white cardstock. You can color on the silicone mat. It will clean up very easily, but the ink will stay wet longer and I didn't want to smudge it. I always have small pieces of scrap cardstock lying around, so I thought it would be easier to do the coloring on a white piece. After doing the half watermelon, now I'll do the 2 watermelon slices. And there really is only a tiny bit of the white showing once the watermelon's assembled. So most of the area I am filling in with a white marker. Now it's time to assemble the watermelon. I'm using Scrapbook.com's Artiste glue, and I'll hold the pink piece of the watermelon with a pair of reverse tweezers. Put glue on the back, make sure to get good coverage. Then I'll add the pink piece on the white piece. And now you can see all the tiny little heart-shaped seeds. After cutting out the watermelon, you could save all those teeny tiny little heart die cuts and put them inside a shaker card. Or you could use them for itty bitty embellishments. Even if you decide not to color in that area with black ink, it's still super cute with the white seeds. Now I'll adhere the watermelon slices. Before placing that pink piece fully down, I noticed some of the white peeking through where one of the heart seeds would be. So I'll pull out the black marker again and fill in that area. And before putting glue on the back of the last watermelon piece, I'll double check it, and I did need to fill in a little more of the area with the black marker. Now I'll put glue on the back and adhere the watermelon slices. Next, I'll attach the white and pink pieces on the green background piece of the watermelon. So once both of the watermelon pieces are assembled, you can see just a sliver of the green rind, a little bit of the white, and then lots of the inside of the watermelon in this beautiful pink color. And I know watermelons are generally red, but I think it looks really cute in the pink color. Scrapbook.com's new Market Bloom collection has so many fun products for spring or summer cards. And whenever I see watermelons, I definitely think summertime. Once I've assembled the last watermelon, I can start adding all of them inside my market bag. I have the bag already cut out. I think it looks really fun in the black and white polka dot color. I'll flip it over, put some double-sided adhesive tape on the back side just behind the very top portion. I use Scrapbook.com's 1/4 inch clear double-sided adhesive tape. I'll remove the release paper. Now I'll hold the bag as I start filling it up with lemons, watermelons, and foliage pieces. I'll start on the right side of the bag, and I'm adding the images that I want in the very front. So first I'll put one of the larger lemons, then I'll add the half watermelon. Next I'll add a smaller lemon more on the left side, and then one of the watermelon slices. I'll flip over the bag, add another piece of clear double-sided adhesive tape. Now I'll tuck in some of the foliage pieces behind the watermelon. I used a lighter green cardstock color for the foliage pieces. And both of the green cardstock colors are from the Sherbet collection. On a few of the lemons, I'm also adding the stem with the double leaves. Put just a tiny bit of Artiste glue at the tip of the lemon on the right side of the bag and add the leaf with the stem. And I did put another strip of double-sided adhesive tape on the back side just to secure all those die cut pieces together. I also put a little bit of glue on the back of the handle. That way it's attached to the watermelon and the lemon on the front side. Now I'll flip over the bag, and I am popping it up with foam dimension. Behind most of the bag, I'm using Scrapbook.com's 1/4 inch 2mm foam. But at the top of the bag, I'm using the 1mm thickness foam. And I'm using the thinner foam at the top because there are lots of other cardstock layers. By having the 2 different thicknesses, the bag will now be at the same level. I'll set aside the bag and start assembling the background of the card. The white splatter is mostly dry, but to make sure I don't get any of that marker on my workspace, I'll flip over the panel and place it on my small silicone mat. I'll put adhesive on the back, and I'll be layering it on some black cardstock. The adhesive I'm using is Scrapbook.com's Deluxe Adhesive Roller. The black cardstock layer is an additional 1/8 of an inch, So 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 of an inch. I'll put more adhesive on the back and add my card front onto a card base, leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. Now it's time to add my market bag full of fruit. I'll remove the release paper from the double-sided adhesive foam and add the bag on the center of the card. I still have several other fruit images, and I'll be adding them at the bottom of the bag. I'll start with the larger lemon, adhere it on the left side, tuck in one of the foliage pieces on the very left. I'll be adding the half watermelon in the lower left-hand corner. I'm not adhering it down just yet. I'll add more of the lemons and the watermelon slice on the right side of the bag. I'm using Artiste glue to adhere all of the pieces. And the glue doesn't dry immediately, so I do have a little bit of time to readjust any of the die cut pieces. I'm not sure of a recipe that requires lots of lemons and watermelon. I've made strawberry and raspberry lemonade before. I'm not sure if watermelon lemonade would be good, but it might be worth trying. I'll tuck in one of the foliage pieces behind the watermelon slice in the middle of the bag. Now I'll add the final small lemon in front of the bag on the right side. On the 2 larger lemons, I'm adding the stem with the 2 leaves. Just put a tiny bit of Artiste glue down first, then attach the stem. And I am using reverse tweezers to pick up that small die cut piece. To finish off the card, I'll be adding the sentiment hello. I used some white pearlescent cardstock for the word and the same pink cardstock as the watermelon for the outline piece. Put glue on the back and adhere those 2 pieces together. Then I'll add more glue on the back and adhere the sentiment on the bag, more toward the top. I think the pink outline really helps it pop against the polka dot background. So there is my finished card. I love how this one turned out. I think the colors look so pretty on the light teal background with the white splatter. And since I can never stop at one card, I made a second card, same design, but this time using the black and white stripe pattern paper for the bag. If you are interested in any of the products I used in this video, I do have links in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.